Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4, and yes, that is my Handcam. We're using the white DualShock 4 for a change. So this video was requested by Ashwin Koshti. The video requests us to do a Handcam on the new track of Kyalami. So here we are, we're rocking the MV Agusta F4RR, the 2019 bike, and yes, as you can see, the Handcam will show you how I do things around this track. This beautiful South African track. So basically, for you to know, the controls are as follows. L2, R2, of course, as you know, L2 being brake, R2 being accelerate. The analog stick is, of course, in exactly the natural position it should be, and it is doing exactly what it should be, controlling the bike. The X button is the tuck button, square is the rear brake, and circle is the downshift, and triangle is the upshift. Now when I play Ride 4, not using a Handcam, I do rest the base of my thumb on the X button to use as a tuck-in, so then I can quickly remove it if I want to use the rear brake or flick it across to circle. So I do try to, in this video, to try and move my finger so you can clearly see that I'm using the X button and not using the square button when it's resting on it. Of course, using the downshifts myself with the circle button, but I very rarely use the upshifts because I use semi-automatic. But every now and again I'll use the upshift, but for the most of the time I just tend to use downshifts. So I hope this video will be helpful. I'm going to try and explain through it now as we did our little reference lap and me explaining what my controller inputs are. It's now time to do a proper lap of Kyalami. So as you can see, rotating the analog stick in a circular motion, as you're going to see into turn 2. Very gently rotating it upwards, moving the rider away, then flicking it right just gently, moving it left and backwards, so we can make sure the rider weight is to the rear of the tyre and not to the front, otherwise when we brake we will go over the handlebars. And again, same up here, just gently pulling backwards and right at the same time, so using the rider's weight as a parachute, if you will, to slow the bike down. So I think most of the time for the Handcam it's usually the focus on the analog stick. Let me know in the comment section below if it is that part that you seem to struggle with, because I'm sure everyone else knows what they use, in the sense of, because everyone's different, because I believe even Robbo, even he did a Handcam recently, and his input was completely different to my inputs. And then my friend who's the esport rider, Fuchs, he has completely different inputs as well. So if you want to tweak them, go ahead. I'm just simply showing you mine. This is what I've always used since I started playing MotoGP and Ride 4 and Ride respectively. But something to mention as well, of course, pay attention to the smooth inputs on everything. Everything is done smoothly and gently. Nothing is rushed, nothing is forced, and nothing is crammed. So even the analog stick is gently applied. The X button is gently applied, the rear brake, etc, etc. But always focus on the analog stick. That is the best way to improve smooth riding, is just being gentle with the analog stick. Slowly rotating it up and around, rotating it clockwise for turning right, rotating it counterclockwise to turn left. As you can see, into turn 4 barbecue, very gentle pushing forward in the analog stick, just gently evening it out, and then removing it and pushing it backwards for the braking zones. Now you will find a lot on my videos, if I have the hand cameras of course, I tend to accelerate on a straight while holding R2 and tucking in with the X button and pushing the analog stick backwards. Now the reason I do this is because when you remove the tuck-in, the rider's weight will automatically shift to the back. Now when you're tucking in, you can move the left analog stick forwards or backwards and it will not make a difference as long as you are tucking in. If you are not tucking in, the rider weight then comes in effect. So if you're already prepared for the next corner by pushing it backwards whilst holding down the tuck-in button, by the time you remove the tuck-in button, you'll already be positioned and ready to push the rider's weight backwards. So definitely pay attention to that. It's something I will always preach because I think it helps so much. It's just something less to worry about instead of trying to balance it out between letting go of the X button and pushing backwards on the analog stick at the exact same moment. But pretty much all of it is what I covered in the last Handcam video. Hopefully I covered all the points there, but if there isn't anything that I've covered, let me know in the comment section below. I'm certainly not against doing this again. It's quite a challenge to set this Handcam up. I don't have the best of setups for it. But yeah, that is it. But at least it's done, and at least you are going to enjoy the Handcam experience for those who wanted to watch it. So in this one I'm constantly trying to show you the buttons I'm using. It's difficult because I tend to really rest my thumb, at least the base of my thumb, on the X button, ready and prepared to push it in at any moment. So here we are approaching turn 7 for the S's. Gently flicking the controller right, holding it, but gently pushing upwards in the analog stick now so we can position ourselves. Get ready to push it back for when you see the rumble strip for Leo Cup. And slowly, gradually push it to the left, push it forwards, lift it up. And then there we have a straight line. Again, hooking it in nicely for turn 9, preparing for the brakes of turn 10, the crocodiles. God knows I've seen this corner too many times now. Of course, I've done another endurance video on this one. This is part of the Beneath the Equator trophy group. So you will be seeing an endurance race here in Kyalami very, very soon. So I hope you're prepared. I hope you're enjoying my endurance races. So we're going to go for another lap here, see what else we can do. Not really challenging for any sort of world record lap times. It's far from what I was trying to go for. That's why I picked the MV Agusta F4. Do love this bike, thought it'd be a nice little change. As we flick it right for the Giuseppe sweep, hold it left, but push backwards to make sure the braking zone is correct for barbecue. And slowly accelerate without touching that rumble strip. You will be invalidated if you do go on there. But a good lap so far, we're up by 0.4 of a second. Not sure if that's going to be sustained, but we shall see. As we break into the clubhouse bend for the second to final time, I believe. Maybe more, I don't remember how many times I did this. I'm doing the voiceover now. It was really difficult at the time to do the voiceover and the Handcam at the same time, because the actual webcam, as you've seen in the image, is dangling on the microphone, and it would sometimes rub against it and vibrate, so it made the audio sound a bit crap. So that's why I'm doing it this way, that's why I opted that way. 0.2 up on our previous time, which was a 1:38.576. A little bit out of shape there as the ghost goes a bit wide into crocodiles. Although he does go wide, he's still not that far away from behind. Keep an eye out from that little bit of the barrier on the left hand side there as well, that yellow barrier. That really helps you brake. Second to final corner. We now enter Ingwe. That is going to be another very couple of successful laps right here in Kyalami. And why not do another lap with a little bit of a difference? Let's change it up a little bit. One-handed! Can we really one-hand it in a moment's time? Just the right hand. Can we make a couple of corners just right-handed? Oh my goodness. Don't know why I decided to do this, but I have done this in the past before. I was sending a message whilst racing once, and somebody messaged me and asked me how the hell did I do that? That's how. It's very unorthodox, and there's no way I can brake properly. I do have to bring out the old little finger on the other side. But that is relatively smooth from one-handed. I don't know why I felt the need to show this, but I just did, so there it is. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of extra detail for you. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to be the best of lap times, but it's pretty impressive for a one-hand technique. But the problem is, of course, I can only accelerate and move the analog stick. That's it. So when the braking zone comes up like this one, it's good night, Vienna. So that will conclude today's video. I hope these 5 laps with my Handcam in Kyalami have been helpful. If they have been, leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Ciao for now.